These are our using formula notes, page 9. Additional application problems continued. So question 5 says the length of a rectangle is 4 times the height. So I just wrote down a little equation to remind me that length equals 4h, or 4 times the height. Now wait, usually when we talk about rectangles, we talk about length and width, not length and height. So just keep in mind that height is being used here instead of width, but that doesn't mean that the formula is different. Instead of saying we're doing length times width, we'll be doing length times height, and it doesn't really matter that it's called a different name. Sometimes we call it base and height, or length and width, or length and height, or width and base. It doesn't matter if those words get switched around. If the height of the rectangle is 3 feet, what is the area? So in order to find the area, we need both the length and the width, and they told us earlier that the length is 4 times the width, or the height, right? So if this is 3, then the length is going to be 4 times 3, which is 12. So now we know the length is 12, the height is 3, so to find the area, we just go 12 times 3, which is 36 square feet. All right, number 6. Sergio plans to paint the 4 walls of his room with 1 coat of paint. Each wall is 10 feet by 15 feet. So imagine, if you will, his bedroom. I'm trying to help you imagine the 4 walls of the room. Now, probably somewhere in that room, in those 4 walls of the room, could possibly be a door, which may not need painted, right? And if it's up to code, a bedroom would also have a window, because it has to have 2 means of fire escape. So also the window probably wouldn't need painted. So that would make it even less paint that's needed. But they didn't tell us anything about the size of the door or the size of the window. Not that that really matters. I'm just helping you to keep in mind the fact that the amount of paint we calculate is probably actually going to be less. You probably need less than that. But it's always better to have more than less. Does that make sense? All right, so each wall of his room is 10 feet by 15 feet. How do we find the area of one wall? To find the area of one wall, we're just going to do the length and the height, so 10 times 15, which would be 150 square feet. How many walls does his room have? You would think I was teaching this to an empty classroom because nobody's saying anything, but that's okay. So 4 walls times 150 square feet per wall is going to be a total of 600 square feet. Now keep in mind it'll be a little bit less than that because of the door and the window, but not much. And you always need a little extra paint to account for what sticks on the sides of the can and in your little painting tray and on your roller and stuff like that. So if 1 gallon of paint covers 300 to 350 square feet, how many gallons of paint will he need? Well, 1 gallon is 300 to 350. How much will 2 gallons cover? If 1 gallon is 300 to 350, then 2 gallons will be 300 times 2, which is 600. And then 350 times 2, so 700. So it'll cover 600 to 700 square feet, won't it, according to the label? So is 2 gallons enough? Yeah, 2 gallons should be plenty, since we also probably have a door and a window, so it's actually going to be less than that. 2 gallons should be plenty, but 1 gallon is not enough. So there, it actually helps to do calculations on that kind of thing when you're doing a practical project like that. Oh, we have another one of these word problems. The length of the base of a triangle is 2 less than 5 times the height. Okay, I'm going to draw a triangle. Oh, that was a lousy triangle. I mean, I guess it's okay. I'm going to draw it. That's better. Okay, the length of the base of a triangle, so the base is here, is 2 less than 5 times the height. So we need to like turn that into a math equation. So the base down here is going to be 2 less. That means subtract 2. 2 less than 5 times the height, right? So I could write out an equation like this. 5 times the height minus 2, because it's 2 less than 5 times the height. Okay, if the height of the triangle is 10, what is the area? So in order to find the area, because we have the formula is 1/2 base times height, we have to know the base and the height. Right now, all we know is the height is 10. We don't know yet what the base is because we need to plug that number in and find it. So the base, which is 2 less than 5 times the height, will be 5 times 10, 5 times the height, 50, minus 2, 2 less than that. So 48 for the base. Does that make sense? So now to do the actual problem, we're going to multiply the base and the height together. Doesn't matter what order, but I'm going to try and keep them in the order I've written them in. So the base times the height, so 48 times 10, and then divide that by 2. So 480 divided by 2. What's the area of this triangle going to be? $48 feet for the base, 10 feet for the height. 48 times 10 is 480, but it's a triangle, so it's half of that, so we divide by 2, and we get a total area of 240 square feet. All right, one more. Mrs. Angel's rectangular bedroom is 12 feet by 15 feet. This sounds like an area problem so far, right? Multiply 12 and 15, maybe? If she wants to put up a border all the way around the room, how long will the border be? Now, I was starting to assume this might be area. Is it area? To put something around something, would that be area? No, what do we call that? We call that perimeter. So don't just go thinking, oh, these are all area problems, I'm going to just multiply them all. Because you might be tricked with some perimeter problems in there. So just be careful. We've got 12 by 15, and we want to know the distance all the way around. That means that those two sides are both 12 and those two sides are 15. There's two different ways we could add this up. We could honestly just add the numbers together. 15 plus 12 plus 15 plus 12. Add it up that way. Or there's two 15s, so we could say 2 times 15. My computer is lagging again. I love it when it does this. Waiting for the lag. Here we go. Waiting. Maybe I should pause my video. No. All right, so as I was saying, the other way we can write this down, if my computer will cooperate, is to say we have two 15s and two 12s. I did the 2's in opposite orders there. It doesn't really matter. So that would be another way to do the problem. This is two different ways to get the same answer. 15 plus 12 plus 15 plus 12, just add them all out. Or multiply the two that are the same by 2, multiply the other two that's the same by 2, and find the answer that way. So 15 times 2 would be 30, and 2 times 12 would be 24. So altogether, we would have 54 feet of length to string a border around the room. Like, I know if you're anything like my teenagers, you like to put maybe LED rope light or something fun around your room you can control with your phone and change the colors, and maybe not that fancy, but okay. So perimeter when it goes around, area when it fills it in. Question?